My backyard garden's about 4 years old now. And if you're interested in kind of starting a garden like this, I'd like to offer a few tips. Number one, if you're moving into a new home or you're just kind of starting fresh, number one, don't work with the existing garden. A lot of times what you'll do is you'll think, oh, I'm going to save this plant, I'll save this one, and you work around what's there, or you don't alter, like whatever the garden bed shape is, you tend to kind of keep it and kind of work within the confines of that. And the biggest mistake is doing that, I would say. So the first step would be to remove everything, just clean slate it, and then really look at the sort of design that you want. And my yard is very kind of straight and long, and I've kind of fallen under the trap a bit of, you plant like the outside. I do have this open area because I do have a couple of big dogs that need the space. But what you want to do, which I've done a lot more effectively at this end, is you want to create layers, and you want to avoid straight lines, and you want to have kind of like here with this area here, I'm kind of bumping it out, slowly bumping it out. I've done the same there, because then you don't just kind of look down like a bowling alley, because when you do that, when you have a garden like that, your eyes automatically go to the end. But here you have different layers, and especially over here where this waggy palm is, so it creates more interest. It's visually more interesting. You can't see what's beyond it. You have to walk past it to see what's there. And you want to create rooms, I call them garden rooms, that have different functions. And I've slowly kind of been working on that in my yard. This area here is one of the shadiest spots we have, because these palm trees really help to block the afternoon sun. Actually, all the trees back there. And so this is actually quite a well-used area, believe it or not. This is kind of a nice small sitting area that I'm thinking about maybe doing something with flagstones, making it a little more formal. But kind of when you come around the corner, originally you could see the path all the way up to the fence. Well, now it's starting to be obscured, and maybe a little bit harder to see, but originally this path went kind of dead straight this way, the quickest way in, the quickest way out. And so what I've tried to do is try to curve it, and that creates a lot more visual interest. This area to the left here, it's a newer area because I did have a large maple tree here, so it's behind the rest. It's starting to fill in. But you see, when I come up here, I gotta kind of wind my way around. And one of the other things I would talk about is depth. The depth of your garden beds are crucial. Make them as deep as possible. You can have thin, narrow sections. Here, I'm just gonna show you what I'm talking about, a bit of a winding path. So I'm kind of walking down. I can't really see the yard, it's obscured. And so I have tried to create, I'm not sure what the term I'm trying to think of, but you kind of want to walk in, and you want it to be kind of a surprise when you come around the corner, when you come out into the main area, and then it kind of opens up, right? Anyway, in regards to narrowness, don't have a 1 foot or a 2 foot garden along your fence. You have to add depth. In here, which I think is one of the more effective areas, I'm gonna walk up close here. This garden bed, I mean, I have fruit trees and stuff beyond it, is gotta be 12 feet deep. And this is what kind of gives you that real lushness, real sense of a jungle. I think it's good for all gardens in general, to be honest, but that's those are a couple of the tips I would suggest. One, try and break up your views. Think about having different rooms in the garden that serve different functions, and the depth of your garden beds. That really is one of the things that will make a garden look mediocre versus really great. So those are 3 tips of garden design from me. You can disagree with me. I think a lot of these ideas are well recognized and kind of learned it through trial and error, and I'm trying to apply these to my own garden to make it more interesting in time. And when you have these areas where you cannot see, when you have these multi-layers, it kind of adds the illusion that it's bigger than it actually is. Anyway, thanks for watching.